Hello, I'm Lieutenant Jeff Neal with Cincinnati Fire Department. Today we're going to be going over the combination vehicles and the combination vehicles that Cincinnati Fire Department has within their vehicle fleet. Your air tractor and your air trailer system. So in this system, unlike the other one, if this system loses air, you will again have your low air pressure alarm go off between 60 and 70 psi. Again, you want to try to pull this vehicle over to a safe area off to the side of the road. If you cannot do that and your air pressure continues to fall, again at between 30, 35, or 30 and 40 psi, you will have the brakes lock on automatically. Again, you will not lose brakes, you will have all brakes. In a combination vehicle that has an air-air system, your trailer brakes will set about a second before your tractor brakes. So when your trailer brakes set, if you get to that point, you'll hear pop, pop. The first pop is your trailer brake setting. The second pop that you hear is your tractor brake setting, and that is the red and yellow air buttons on your dashboard popping out. The reason that occurs is it keeps a semi. It is standard across the industry. All combination vehicles are set up the same. That the trailer you want the trailer brakes to set first and then the tractor brakes. The reason being is it keeps the vehicle from jackknifing. So you want to stop the weight in the rear before you stop the tractor. If you were to stop the tractor first, you're going to jackknife this vehicle almost every single time. So if you get to that point, you want to pull over the vehicle. If you can't get over, just know that you're going to have all brakes all the time. We're going to go into the coupling and uncoupling of a combination vehicle. Before you couple and uncouple a vehicle, you always want to take the keys out of the vehicle. That being said, if you leave the keys in, that allows somebody else to get in and move this vehicle while you're coupling and uncoupling, or you're under or around this combination vehicle. You do not want that. So as a safety feature, you always want to take the keys out and put them in your pocket while you are coupling and uncoupling the vehicle. On this vehicle, you want to go and unlock the hand mechanism to release the door, walk back, and the second compartment back will have your lever to put down your jack feet. So to put down your jacks, you want to start rotating clockwise. Once you feel the jacks set onto the ground, and you'll hear the creak of the trailer as the trailer starts to rise up a little bit. Once you start to hear that creak on this vehicle, because this is a light vehicle, a light trailer, you want to do one complete revolution around to start to lift the trailer up off of the fifth wheel plate that sits underneath, attached to the tractor portion. So underneath, you have the fifth wheel plate. Within the fifth wheel plate, you have the locking mechanism, or you have the kingpin that comes down out of the trailer. The kingpin is about a 3-inch solid steel pin that comes down into the fifth wheel plate. On the back side of the fifth wheel plate, there's what they call a locking jaw that goes across the back side of the kingpin. That is the only thing that holds a trailer to the tractor, is the kingpin and that locking jaw that goes across the back side of the kingpin on the fifth wheel plate. That's the only thing that does it. So once you go to release the trailer from the tractor, you want to reach in, you want to pull the lever, the locking lever, the release mechanism, and once you pull that out, that releases the locking jaw from the backside of the kingpin. If this is all the way out, that locking jaw is not across the back side of the kingpin. If you do not have your pads down and you drive away, this trailer will hit the ground 100% of the time. So if this is out, you just need to know that that is not closed across the back side of the kingpin. You cannot, there is no way to push this in, to twist it, to finagle it, to get that to reseat. You have to release the tractor from the trailer and then put the tractor back into the trailer in order for that to lock again. So at this point in time, we will go up, we will take our air lines and our electric lines, and we will uncouple the vehicle totally. Once you get to this point, you want to take your service brake line off, then your emergency brake line off. These are called glad hands. Inside the glad hands, you have rubber gaskets. Inside the connections on the trailer, you also have rubber gaskets. These cannot be cracked, damaged, or broken in any way. They can't be frayed, and there can't be any deformity within the rubber membranes. You cannot put any type of Vaseline or oil on these at all. These have to be dry at all times. When you're going to drive down the road, these go into the dummy handlers on the back side of the tractor portion. So you lock these in to the dummy handler. The next thing you do is you want to undo your DOT electric cable and put this into the dummy connection, which we'll just set it there for now since we're going to uncouple the vehicle. Right now, there is nothing that is attached between the tractor and the trailer. The only thing that's holding them together right now is the weight of the trailer sitting on the fifth wheel plate. So I will go ahead and uncouple the vehicle right now. At this point in time, when you're going to uncouple the vehicle, again, you want to start the vehicle up, put your foot on the brake, press in the yellow tractor brake, but leave the red trailer brake pulled out because you do not have air lines going to the trailer portion at this point in time. Okay, so we have there are several parts onto the tractor portion. This is the fifth wheel plate. The fifth wheel plate has a very heavy grease on it. Within the fifth wheel plate, you have where the kingpin drives up into the fifth wheel plate. You have a 1 foot separation. So you do not have to be exactly onto the kingpin to get this to set. If the kingpin hits anywhere within this 1 foot portion, it'll drive itself up and seat. Once it seats, the kingpin seats up into the fifth wheel plate, you'll have your locking jaw come across the back side of the kingpin and lock the kingpin into the fifth wheel plate, which attaches it to the tractor portion. When that happens, your release mechanism here will automatically close. When we couple the vehicle, I will go over on how to make sure that that locking jaw has locked all the way across, even if, and that release mechanism has closed all the way. There are a couple of safety features that you need to know. The other thing is this is the kingpin that comes out of the bottom of the trailer. This is the only thing that connects the trailer portion to the tractor portion of the combination vehicle. Okay, so at this point in time, we're going to connect the combination vehicle back to make it the tractor trailer. Put the tractor back underneath the trailer. You want to go and release that 1 turn revolution back down to drop the trailer down just a little bit, because when you have your tractor, you want to have your tractor come underneath the trailer and slightly lift the trailer up just a little bit to put pressure onto the fifth wheel plate to drive into the kingpin to get the kingpin to lock. So right now we're going to back the trailer or the tractor underneath the trailer, centering the fifth wheel plate up to the plate on the trailer portion. Okay, at this point in time, we've backed the tractor underneath the trailer. We're going to take our keys again because we're going to start the coupling scenario. When you start to, I think I failed to mention this when we uncoupled it. Whenever you couple and uncouple a tractor trailer or a combination vehicle, you do not talk to anyone. You do not want to forget any portion of what you're doing. You do not want to forget to put the electric line in. You do not want to put one airline in and fail to put the other airline in. You do not want to fail to put down your jacks or raise your jacks. So once you start this process, you do not talk to anyone. I don't care if it's the mayor, the fire chief, or anybody else. You do not talk to anyone, and that is pretty much standard across the industry for combination vehicles, because when you go out and if you lose the trailer portion and kill somebody, it comes back on you. So when you start this, you are in total control of what is going on. You do not talk to anyone when you start the process of coupling and or uncoupling a vehicle. So we're going to go to coupling the vehicle back together again. I always start with my electric line. I plug my electric line in and make it snap into the DOT cable port. I will now go and take the glad hands for the air lines off of the dummy couplers. Again, you have the red emergency line and the blue service line. You want to connect them to where the rubber meets rubber and twist down. And you'll hear it lock in. Again, on the blue service line, you want to connect rubber to rubber, twist down, and it locks in. At this point in time, you now have your air lines connected and your electric line connected. You now move back to the portion of the vehicle to make sure that your locking jaw has connected or has closed around the backside of that kingpin. So your release mechanism is now pushed all the way in. It has reseated itself when you back the tractor underneath the trailer portion of the vehicle. You want to come and glance in and look at the back side of the fifth wheel plate and make sure that that locking jaw has gone across the back side of the kingpin. Sometimes if you have heavy grease buildup and or that locking jaw gets out of place, that release mechanism will close all the way, but sometimes that locking jaw will not always lock all the way. So it's a good thing to come and look up into the fifth wheel plate, into that V, to make sure that locking jaw has locked across the back side of that kingpin. Okay, so right now what we're going to do is we're going to lift the jacks up just a little bit and do our tug test. We're going to lift the jacks up a little bit, not all the way, so in case there is a problem or that locking jaw did not lock all the way, that if you do the tug test and your tractor moves away from your trailer does not hit the ground. So right now we're going to lift it up only to where there's about a ½ inch underneath of the jacks associated with the trailer. Okay, so at this point in time, you have raised the jacks up about a quarter to a ½ inch from the bottom of the trailer from the road. You want to go and get back into your tractor, start your tractor up. Once you start your tractor up, you want to leave your trailer, your red trailer brake pulled out and press in your tractor brake. You're going to move the vehicle ahead slightly. So you want to put it into drive, and you will see the vehicle move about 2 to 3 inches. Okay, the vehicle has moved 2 to 3 inches, and it is now set. The trailer brakes are set and holding. The kingpin is locked into place by the locking jaw. You can give a little bit of gas and it's not going anywhere. That is what they call the tug test. That is making sure that your trailer and your tractor are put together properly and that the locking jaw is all the way across the kingpin. At this point in time, you want to come back and finish raising up your jacks for your trailer all the way into the seated position. Put your handle away, close your door, and lock all your doors. That is how to properly couple and uncouple a combination vehicle.